And
Good evening. Welcome to Weird Sex News. I'm Joseph Viney of Bedoink.io. Here we're wielding two keyboards like Rick Wakeman.
oh, that's incredible.
It is incredible. Multi-talented, that's what they call me.
Is that what they call you?
Yes, among other things. Certainly when I do this show, anyway.
What have we got here?
We have some interlife love. I guess that's the best way of putting it. A skeleton kissing a living man.
Nice.
The kiss of death.
We've all been there.
And as if life wasn't dangerous enough already, because you can't go a day without some white coat wearing madman telling you what's bad for you and what can cause you cancer.
Oh. Ooh.
It seems that after running down smoking, boozing, eating meat, breathing, looking at pelicans, thinking about dust mites, wearing blue shoes, imbibing vast amounts of ink and wrestling sharks, medical science has determined a new potential cause of one of the world's most fearsome diseases.
What?
Kissing.
What? Ugh, no.
Oh, you can feel it already bubbling. That's right. It appears that locking lips might just be your one-way ticket to the boneyard after all. And I don't mean in that way either. Dr. Maheben Thomas, head of the maxillofacial department at head and neck surgery at Australia's Royal Darwin Hospital, has warned that full-on kissing could well transmit the human papilloma. Spent a long time trying to say this. Human papilloma virus.
Sounds like a butterfly.
Or HPV as it's known, which sounds like a van. Or HPV to people who don't have the time to spare on such a verbal frivolities. Neither do I, obviously.
You can't even say it.
Yeah, I can't. And furthermore, according to Dr. Thomas, an estimated 70% of head and neck cancers are caused by this HPV, which can be transmitted by kissing.
Ah.
I know. Or, well, no, don't. That's even worse. With a certain inevitability, Dr. Thomas placed the rise of such instances on younger generations and their changing attitudes towards kissing, oral sex, and just sex in general. It's the kids' fault. He told an Australian news channel, and I'm not going to do an Australian accent, if someone has kissed in excess of 6 people, which rules me out, their risk of contracting HPV is higher. Or if someone has kissed in excess of 9 people, again, the risk is significantly higher again.
Flip.
So, you can add that to the list of things that may wind up killing you at some point. Still, you know what they say?
No.
A moment on the lips and a lifetime on the neck.
Ugh, grim. Well, not if that thing is anything to go by, not a long lifetime.
No, I mean, it's quite something. It's probably just tabloid fodder for people like me to talk about, because in reality, anything can cause cancer.
Pantylush said, first she said cold sores and herpes. I guess she was just either ordering something, but then she now says she should be dead then.
Okay, it's good to track someone's breakdown live on Weird Sex News.
No, I say like more power to her, you know?
Yes, HPV, I assume that's what she's referencing, is cold sores. And what did you say, herpes
And
as well?
herpes.
Herpes.
Oh, they're the same thing.
Thing is, you talk about equality, where's his peas?
There they are.
There they are, frozen as well. Common garden variety.
Mine are marrow fat.
That's right. It's not the new game show I'm trying to devise, sadly, because that name's already copyrighted as it is. Follow my legal battle live on Periscope next week. A contestant from the British talent show X Factor, has been unceremoniously booted from the show after her porno past was revealed by the show's bosses.
Aww.
Or revealed to the show's bosses. Becky Constantinou, sorry for getting that wrong, who performed in a massive number of shoots as Brooklyn Blue, made it through to the advanced stages of the X Factor, which became American Idol when it took a trip over the Atlantic, but was apparently undone by a security guard and his encyclopedic porn knowledge.
Wow.
According to a British tabloid, which we can't name, the security guard recognised Miss Blue outside the audition venue. She told the paper, "He came up to me with a knowing smile and said, 'I know you from somewhere. You're that Brooklyn girl.' I had a long think and I've decided to come clean in an email. They phoned me to say I'm out. I'm devastated. Porn shouldn't define who I am," she insists, quite rightly. "I was never going to put on a sex show for Simon Cowell," which is horrific when you think about it. Here's Miss Blue in the studio, using her mouth.
To great effect, I think.
Yeah, great effect, again, as usual.
Nice. Is she singing the Brooklyn Blues?
She might well be. But far be it from us to be a pack of cynics. But this just seems to be perhaps some paper bait, which of course we have taken too. There is precedent. In 2006, another British porn actress by the name of Michelle Thorne appeared on the same programme and caused quite a stir. She made it through to the later rounds of the contest. So the point is, there is a precedent, and it's the opposite of what happened here.
Excellent. All right.
X Factor as a show has long been on the wane anyway in terms of both quality and ratings, so people tell me. So let's call this a publicity stunt which benefits both parties.
It sounds like a publicity stunt to me.
But a good one nonetheless.
Yeah, what the hell? What's next?
What's next is my favourite pun in weird sex news history for fans of Ike and Tina Turner.
It is? Nice. Why don't you sing it?
Nope. Just a flat no.
Alright.
Do you remember those dark days when George W. Bush was president of the USA?
Yeah, because there was 2 sets of them.
Yes, and every 2-bit would-be political commentator on the street wore t-shirts that said, "Fuck Bush."
Yeah.
Well, it seems that Wallace Berg, aged 81 of Stratford, Connecticut, has taken this advice a little too literally after he was arrested for being naked while humping one of his bushes.
Excellent.
Jeb, George Sr. or George Jr., we don't know. A neighbour called the cops on Berg, who was very busy getting green-fingered.
Ugh.
And when confronted, our man reportedly twigged, stopped the indecent behaviour, covered himself with a grill cover,
Nice.
apologised to the neighbour, and then scuttled back into his house.
That's crazy.
Berg, who evidently likes to be on topiary.
Ugh.
That was John's, by the way. John came up with that. I'm not accepting credit for that. Was charged with public indecency and breach of the peace.
Jesus.
He was released after posting a $10,000 bond. The moral of the story, you ask?
Yeah, I'm asking. What's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story? You should just leave well alone.
Nice. Although, I guess, as well, there's a lot to be said for living on the hedge. No?
Yeah, I mean... maybe he was a plant.
Oh, nice. Somebody here just said legalise legal bush marriage.
Legalise pot, surely.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, I bet he had a massive woody.
I don't know enough about American sport to make a bush league joke, but I understand bush league is a thing.
Well, he was at the top of it.
I'm just too cultured.
Leaf it out, guys, says Panty Lush.
Leaf it out. Panty Lush, you've been very good today. Thank you for your contributions. And
If only she was called Planty Lush.
Planty
Planty Bush. Change your name. Change your name, Planty
Change
Bush.
it, for God's sake. That comes to the end of Weird Sex News 8, the green grass.
You said come.
Did I? I always say come, that's the whole point.
It's just a common word.
Thanks for watching. Thanks again for the stories you sent in. We'll be posting the video up to YouTube with the transcript on the site in a matter of minutes, and you can read it and watch it or ignore it.
Excellent.
We'll see you next week, same time next week.
Woo!
Bye.